Okay, we got an old school Maytag, good old washer that's trying to revive here. When I came, it was sitting quiet. I tested all my switches, continuity, open, closing the lid, the second switch, the fuse, everything checked out, and I was still kind of awkward that it's not trying to do anything. I broke out the manual here, and then I put this bypass pin in here for the motor, and all of a sudden I got it to work. So I wasn't 100% set that it's a timer. I thought maybe it's the motor. So I tested my continuity there on the timer. I'm just trying to drain it out here so it's empty, because I'm gonna have to come back with the timer. But yeah, I wasn't sure that the timer was good or bad, so I just tracked it down the power. So this is L1 and a neutral, so it's a 110 volt circuit, and it goes through the pull switch on the timer when you pull the knob out, and it goes through the first lid switch. I checked that one, and it goes around to this one lid switch and close the open, and it goes to the motor eventually. This black cable goes to the motor, and then to complete the circuit you need a run and a start winding. So I come back to, and they both go into this terminal 6. So the power comes in through the 6 one, and the yellow comes back around through the water level switch, and then it comes back to neutral. So I followed my yellow cable 16 and the red cable that coming out of the motor. So these two cables, the red 32 and the yellow 16, should be connecting on the timer 6 here, and that should engage the motor. And if that connects, then it goes to this one, to the start winding, the yellow 22, the second yellow cable. So, and I wasn't getting continuity between the red and the yellow cable. And just gonna pull the plug here. Yes, I got the plug here, and actually it's kind of cool that there's numbers on these cables, so we knew which two yellow ones and which red one, because there's 3 yellows and 2 red. And I put the bypass pin, it's just a copper wire stuck in there with the tape so it doesn't get zapped. And sometimes you blow the fuse if you connect something wrong. I wouldn't do that too much on the, if you don't know 100% what you're doing with the control board, but with these old timers, the worst will happen, you'll blow the fuse, get a little spark. So yeah, and the timer kicked in, so we know the timer's bad. The start winding doesn't make a connection. So yeah, just wanted to fill you in how to test the timer. It's actually, it's pretty complex looking at this, but if you just track what it's doing, and then over time you get a little more comfortable instead of just swapping out the parts. And here, this is number 6 motor interrupter 16 to 32. That's exactly what we found in this diagram. So it shows each one what cable should be connected to what on each part, and then you can check. You do have to have the timer knob set on the correct interval in a timer chart. This is the 6 one, it's almost always on. Some of them are just here and there. And this is your cycles. I usually use regular fabrics, regular cycle, and I just put it on a spin cycle, and I know that motor which should always engage. So that's how you test the timer without taking the whole thing apart. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day. I just wanted to add how this thing looks. The timer, I usually go by visual. If I look at the YouTube video and the controls look the same, it has to be my model, because these model numbers all over the place. This is a Maytag LET8214AAE, and here's the timer knob. And this is when I test the motor. Always put on the spin, because here it might be trying to fill with water and all that. A lot of times the lid switch is bad, and that would disengage the motor. This one is more rare, but now you know how to test the timer. Good luck. Thanks for watching. Okay, so we're back with the Maytag washer, and we got a new timer. WP22001025. We talked about how to test it. Now we're going to talk how to put this in. I think the hard part is to getting the knob off. Okay, so there's all kinds of different types of timers. Some you have to press the button. Sometimes you have to pull the tab out to get the knob off, because this is the pull knob that engages the timer when you pull it out. So you can't just pull it off. The knob is attached. So this one, just look at the old one. Looks like it has probably gonna have like a ring here going. So I'm gonna try to open up this cap here and see if I can pull that ring off, and I think we should be good. Okay, so here we took the cap off, and there was a little pin like that that's holding the knob in place. It's the secret. This comes out, the spring, and this comes off. And there's 2 screws that are holding the timer in place. That's it. From there you just need to put the plug back on. This one you can mix up because it has a dummy proof design. You can only put one way on. This one doesn't really matter how it goes. So there you go. Install the holding pin. Install the cap back in. I used the putty knife to get the cap off. Pretty easy. Alright, let's see if it works. Moment of truth. It does. Let's put on a spin here. Alright, it's fixed. It doesn't need the bypass pin anymore. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully this video helps to save you a good old Maytag dryer. This one's definitely old, but worth fixing. The transmission and the motor is very robust. It's definitely gonna last well over 20 years. The rest is in God's hands. Thanks for watching.